let's see if we could tackle another little project around the holidays. The upper part of the dash here is getting pretty rough. I think we'll try and fix that. As you can see now, all them years of getting beat on by the sun have made the plastic pretty brittle. And ain't exactly custom. I don't need the CB mounting plate anymore since I got the CB mounted up on the radio box. And let's just get all this stuff off of here and get this back down to just the basic plastic panel. I got all that stuff off of there. Got the second piece that wasn't in the truck at the time. Got that back out. Took both pieces and screwed them down to a strip of wood. And now we're going to slather on some body filler. I went and backed up some of these bigger holes with duct tape. See, I got all the major holes filled in with some fiberglass body filler, but it's a little bit rough, so we're going to put some regular body filler on it too. And that should get us a little closer to smooth once it's sanded. And that's about as much effort as I want to put into smoothing this thing out. So it's not perfectly smooth-ish. So what I'm planning on doing is using this as a plug and then pulling a mold off of it and then making another dashboard out of fiberglass. But then I'm going to upholster it so I don't need it perfect underneath, because if I did, I'd have to spend a whole lot more time getting this thing perfectly smooth, and I just don't want it. So let's get her good and waxed up now. And if you're wondering about the silver, it's not gel coat, it's just a can I had laying around to spray paint that I wasn't going to use. And that's what it looks like after I slopped on a bunch of fiberglass. Let's see if maybe we can pull the mold off. And here we can see you got a pretty nasty looking mold. Got some holes and stuff. It'll take a little bit of work to clean it up and get it ready, but I think for my purposes it'll work. It's just going to be a one-time use deal, so all it's got to do is make it one. Got the rest of the excess trimmed off the mold there, and a lot of those little air bubbles filled in. Found a couple more imperfections that I couldn't live with, so I skimmed her over with some glazing putty. And now I got her sprayed over with that can of silver paint that I had. And go ahead and get her waxed up. That's good enough for the girls I go with. Time to lay down some glass. And there's a little in progress picture. Just slopping on the resin with the paintbrush, pushing it in through the weave. There's my first layer of matte, a little heavy on the resin. I think I'm going to do 3 layers total. There's a look at her with 3 layers of glass on. Couldn't take the suspense anymore, so I popped her out of the mold. That's what it looks like. And once we do a little bit more trimming and fitting, we're going to have ourselves a one-piece dashboard. Well, we got the fiberglass dashboard I made back out of the truck. We're going to do some work to her now. You can see I got bored sitting in the loading dock one day and laid out where I wanted all my buttons to go. I had 2 different ideas in mind. I decided to go with these circles, so that's where the buttons are going to go. This was an idea that didn't work out, the X's. So over on this side of the dash, there's a heater and AC vent that I got to cut out. I'm going to use a Kenworth center vent because I can get it in red jewels, of course. Okay, got her marked out where the vent's going to go. Okay, got that cut out, and then continued to overthink where I wanted my buttons at, and drew more lines and circles, but I finally settled on something, and then I went ahead and drilled out holes where I want all my buttons to go. So now we're going to get some padding on it. Well, I got that wrapped in foam. Now I got to get the vinyl wrapped on it. It's going to be a little difficult just because of the way this is shaped to keep it all in one piece. So I'm going to attach all my buttons here with pop rivets, but I'm going to put them through the back side. That way when I'm done, there's no sharp points or anything to interfere with all the wiring and hoses underneath. But in order to do that, I have to drill the center hole of the snap out just a hair so that rivet will fit. So the whole thing's wrapped in vinyl now. I've got a bunch of silicone around the edges, and I'm clamping the edges in various different ways to try and hold the vinyl on the inside. I mean, I'm sure there's a proper way of doing this, but I have no idea what I'm actually doing. Anyway, this is what we wound up with. That over there don't look so great, but it's better than staring at bare fiberglass or the cracked brown plastic that was there. let's get her in the truck.
Okay, there she's in. Have a nice vent for this side again. And yeah, it gets kind of funky around here. It's just how the vinyl had to lay. I don't know what I'm doing. But from my seat, it don't look that bad. And really, I'm the only guy who's going to be seeing it most of the time.